Hi guys, this is the M-scope x7 to x90 stereo microscope. It's designed for soldering and microsurgeries. So this is going to be my quick review for this stereo microscope. Its magnification is x7 to x90, and you can magnify up to x90 from x7 basically. You have these two eyepieces. This is already set up. It comes in a giant box. I think it felt like it was 60-70 pounds, so it's pretty heavy. It's like a huge cardboard box. So you have two eyepieces that comes off. Obviously, it's a microscope. Let's put this back. And it also has, this is a triocular, so it also has like a attachment for the USB camera. This USB camera is 5 megapixel. It comes with a USB cord that links to the computer. And you have the adjustment here. This is the zoom in. So you have ×1 and up to 2, 3, and you can get up to like 4.5 zoom. This knob is adjustment for the microscope to go up and down in a quick manner, and they articulate. If you release this valve, this articulate this way, and once you lock in, it stays locked in one place. But the microscope itself can move this way. I only have one hand, so I can't really do the adjustment. Maybe I could try. Yeah, see the microscope can be, once you loosen it, you can adjust it. So just give me 1 sec. Let me put this back. One second. Okay. Alright, as you can see, this is pretty big. My hand is this big, and all this is solid iron. Solid metal here. This is a counterweight. So what happens is you can slide this microscope back and forth without tilting over. This base is very heavy. It's take my word for it. It's probably like at least 20 to 30 pounds. It's heavy, just the base. So there's enough, and on top of that you have a counterweight over here, which will keep this microscope from falling over. It's very sturdy, and you can rotate it. It's very adjustable. Yep, that's pretty much it. The rest of it, these knobs are just tension. It keeps stuff. It keeps this motion locked in place. So I usually keep this loose. This locks this piece through this piece over here, the bar here. So this piece is locked by this knob. So this knob is always being tensioned. Speaking of which, tighten it. Here, this knob locks this piece to this bar, so it's also always tensed up. Underneath, very importantly, there's a little retainer. It's blocking this piece from falling off. So when you assemble it, make sure you put this piece back on. Otherwise, your microscope might fall off because this is not all that sturdy. This can become loose, and the microscope can fall right off while you're doing your work without this little piece over here. So that's pretty much it. I really like this. As you can see behind this microscope is what I had before. I also made a video for this. You can just see the size difference. This is a regular, binocular microscope from M-scope. It's good enough. It's good enough to get any work done. But because of this, it's head heavy, so it tilts over easily. I had to tape over a weight plate to keep it tilting over. It comes with a US LED light. This is the old one. I don't think I made a review on the LED light yet, but it's pretty much, it turns on. And since it's LED, it's cool to touch. It's not gonna burn you. But it only has like one light bulb in there. And this, the price range of this microscope, it's $200. This is the one I'm doing review. It was $800. You can buy this. Both of these came from Amazon. You can buy with the camera, which I regret I did. I don't think this is a good deal at all for the camera. It was 200 something included in the $800 price. So without a camera, this microscope realistically is only $600 or less. Yeah, it's about $500-600. So I definitely would buy, if I were you. You're doing micro soldering. If you're a completely beginner, you don't want to spend that much money, you should get this one. It's only $200 and it's cheap and quick to use. And this, I would just buy this if I knew. I wouldn't even bother with this model down back there. This is just so much better. Obviously, due to its size and its articulation, it's easy to maneuver. It comes with I think this is 85 or 144 LED lights. So instead of only have one LED light back there, you see that LED light. This one has 144, and you can just see like how bright it comes. This light can be detached and used onto any stereo microscope. Comes with a wire. It has a knob for adjusting brightness, on and off switch, so I can turn it on. And now the LED light's on. And you can adjust the brightness. It's very similar to traditional halogen lighting ring you get, but without actually being fire hazard, since this is LED light. Also uses far less energy, so power-wise it's also very powerful. And you can keep this on all day without worrying about like cost too much money. And that's an iPad 2 logic board. It's just there for demonstration purpose. Okay, I usually just leave this on the max. So, and let me just show you, since this is a triocular microscope, it has 3 lenses. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, I guess it's tradition, M-Scope only makes 2 eyepieces down there. So what happened is, when you switch, there's a little knob here, a little pulley. I don't know what to call it. It's a little bar. You pull it out. This, when you put it in, this eyepiece gets, let me see. Yes, this eyepiece gets light. So let me see. There we go. So you can see a little bit through the microscope. Let me zoom in and move this to a part that's. There we go. Hold on a sec. Alright, so you can see it gets a very clear image. And you can zoom in. This is 45x, I think, or probably more. It doesn't really matter. For soldering, you 45 or 90. This goes up. This microscope goes to 90, but 45 should be more than enough for soldering. Anything more, you're really not helping yourself with the soldering. Okay. So from what I understand, the lens I put up here, like here, this little piece, it's only times 0.5. That's why I only go out to 45. I think this whole maximum zooming, it goes to 45 with this piece. But if you change this to 2x, which comes in the box that when you buy this microscope, you can get this magnification up to 90. The only part I don't like about getting the times 2 is that once you mount that on, you get less distance here for you to do the soldering work. So even though you zoom in more, but you're not gonna have enough room to work underneath. So that's the only downside with the zooming with the next one. Otherwise, I think this is perfect. I used you know, like in the OR, they use a medical stereo microscope that you do surgery, like real surgery on patients, and sometimes in the laboratory once those microscopes get retired. So I used those stereo microscope before. Those things cost like 20, even 30 grand, and probably more sometimes, maybe 50 grand microscope. They're not that much different, honestly. Those microscopes made in Germany, but they really, this is pretty good. This for $800, or actually $600 without a camera. It works really well. I mean, I don't know how they do it. This is really, really cheap. If you're in the US, on Amazon you get free shipping. If you're not in the US, on msco they also ship to worldwide, I guess, but they charge a lot on shipping due to the fact this thing is ridiculously heavy. It's at least 70 to 80 pounds, I think. No, maybe 60 pounds. My bad. It's not that heavy, but pretty heavy. Okay. Oh yeah. So I was saying, this little nub thing, when you pull it out, when you push it in, you get light coming through the eyepiece. When you pull it out, the camera gets light. It's not blocked. So it's like a little valve. You open, you pull it out, camera gets light to the computer. This piece becomes useless because it blocks the view. So it's like a little mirror. It reflects the view to here instead of being here. This eyepiece will always have like, you can always see through it. This eyepiece now is black. You just can't see anything from it because the light is going upward to here now. It's being reflected. So that's another part I don't like about this microscope, because what the hell is the point if I get a triocular microscope and I can use one of the eyepiece when I'm recording my videos or taking picture with the microscope. Another downside of the microscope I didn't know before I bought is that apparently this USB camera, it doesn't record video. It only takes pictures. So let me show you. Let me turn on my computer. And let me show you the software it came with the I'm sure there's a way to get it work as a third party. Like, hold on, let's get this. Give me one sec. Just find like a place for you to see. Okay. Alright, so this is right now you're looking at a computer, and I'm zooming all the way, I guess, and you're looking at the iPad 2 FPC connector, right over here, the FPC connector. And this is what you see on the computer once you focus. So you zoom out, that's a FPC connector, and you zoom in. That's what you get. That's the interface you see on the computer. I tried. I don't think this software can record videos. It only takes pictures. So if you press capture here, it has a lot of functions. It has all this frame rates, the calibration, and all the cool stuff. But it seems to only being able to take pictures. You may be able to find third-party webcam software or some kind of camera software on the computer to get this USB camera to record videos, but I haven't been able to find a way to do it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to return just the camera, and I'm gonna use this microscope. The msco on Amazon also sells a little piece connector here. You can get that connector. I think it's $90 or $80 something. Then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna have my I'm gonna hook up this camera. It's the Canon Rebel T3i, or you get T4i, I guess. This is the new one. This is the old camera I have. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hook it up with the new connector, not this eyepiece, not this this lens. I'm gonna hook up to the attachable lens from mscope, which costs like $90 on Amazon. I'm gonna put the link for this microscope beneath the description, and so is the microscope behind it if you want to get a smaller one. And I'm also gonna get the connector, which I don't have right now, the link in my description in this YouTube video. So you can see what it looks like, what the specs and the prices. They change the prices all the time. They usually go down. So I've been waiting for the getting the camera for a while. I mean this microscope for a while. I think the price dropped like a few hundred since the last time I see it. So that's pretty much it. You get pretty good picture You get pretty good picture from the computer, and you get pretty good picture. I really like this light, and this whole thing setup is just really awesome. It's sexy. It's a little bit bulky, but it's pretty awesome. And the best part is the eyepiece. You can really see it really well. Let me just push this back in. So now I have two eyepieces, and you can't. It's really hard for you to do this with two, but single lens. Let me see if you can. Let me just get a focus. Right now it's looking at nothing. Let me just get something to look at. Alright. Okay. Alright. So this is right now you're looking at the iPad 2 LCD connector, the dirty gold pink ones. And there's a zoom out version. And there's zooming in. It's just a knob and you can adjust it. It's brilliant. I mean, it's gorgeous. This is what you see through the eyepiece. But it's much better picture when you use both of your eyes and seeing at the same time instead of looking through like a camera. It's actually a lot better picture than this. Okay, I think I'm running low on time now. I have to finish this up. So thank you for watching. This is the M scope x7 x 90 camera. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time when I get the attachment piece for my DSLR camera to be hooked up.